All right, New York Knicks beat the San Antonio Spurs 105 to 104 in game 2, and it's just a fucking heartbreaker, dude. Same thing I said about game 1, I'll say about game 2. As an NBA fan, I love to watch it. The finals have been awesome. It's been awesome basketball. It's been so refreshing to watch the OKC series. Thought officiating was bad in game 5. It was really bad in game 2, where Isaiah Hartenstein's just grabbing the shit out of Wemby and pulling on Stephon Castle's hair and things like that. I don't think officiating so much affected the outcome of the Thunder series. If OKC would have won the series, I wouldn't be crying about officiating. I pretty much never am going to cry about officiating or say this team lost because of officials or this team won because of officials, unless it's just totally egregious or there's some horrible wrong call or missed call in the last 1 or 2 minutes of the game. That would be the one time when I would kind of blame officials, but even in that case, you shouldn't be in a position for officials to affect the outcome of the game if you did what you were supposed to do throughout the game. But starts out, this is our little lead chart. Spurs are in black, of course. The Knicks are in blue. Spurs come out hot like we pretty much always do. The Spurs' biggest lead was 12 points early in the second quarter. And of course, the Knicks just keep chipping away and chipping away. Jalen Brunson has another off night shooting wise. But no one cares. If I'm a Knicks fan, Jalen, take fucking 25 shots every single game. If you shoot 30%, I don't even care, dude. You're drawing so much gravity and so much attention and opening things up for Micheal Bridges and OG Anunoby. We'll get to player stats in a second. Landry Shamet is just wetting shit out there. Karl Anthony Towns bullying. I guess you could say he's bullying Wemby. He's not taking Wemby in the post and just banging and just fucking dunking on him and shit. But Wemby, it was worse in game 1. He was just pressed up so far on Cat, and Cat would just spin off him, hit him with a rip through, and get all the way to the rim for a layup or a dunk. Wemby was playing more off him in this game, but it was more of the same. Cat was just blowing by him again and just getting to the rim a lot. He was getting mismatches and getting by Devin Vassell and people like that. Our guards aren't physical enough to guard him, and then Wemby can do a pretty good job guarding Cat, but now he's getting dragged outside the paint. Cat hit a couple threes this game, and it's just a tough ass matchup for the Spurs. The Knicks give the Spurs a lot of problems, but with that being said, game 1 and 2, it's not like the Knicks dominated the game. It was a close game. Spurs could have won both games and been up 2-0, but we're not. The Knicks, I don't know if they're on a Cinderella run, if you'd want to call it that. Before, people were saying during the Western Conference Finals, this is the NBA Finals, this is the NBA Finals. And I was never on that boat, dude. I was watching the Knicks play. They're just playing amazing. They're an awesome team. They're going through the Eastern Conference. They beat the Hawks. They beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference Finals. They haven't lost in a month. The last game they lost was to the Atlanta Hawks, surprisingly. And then they just fucking sweep the Cavs. In game 1 against Cleveland, New York's down 22 points with like 8 minutes left. And they just have an insane comeback and end up winning the game. And then Cleveland was just pretty much defeated after that. They just never got their confidence back. And yeah, man. Spurs make the comeback. The Knicks still make the big plays down the stretch and win the game. Spurs had a 12-point lead in this game. We had a 14-point lead in game 1. And it's not luck by the Knicks. They're an awesome team. They run awesome offense. We've held them to 105 back-to-back games. So we played really, really good defense. We made things tough on Jalen Brunson. But Landry Shamet, he's literally shooting 57% from 3. I didn't make that up. He's literally shooting 57% from 3 in the playoffs. Micheal Bridges doesn't miss anything. OG Anunoby never misses, it seems like. And yeah, playoff experience is real. The Knicks are the more experienced team. They execute better on offense. One of my coworkers is a Knicks fan, and he's saying New York's just the better team. They execute better and they look like the better team. I agree. They have looked like the better team. They've executed better on offense down the stretch in the clutch. They've just out executed the Spurs. With that being said, I haven't given up on the Spurs. Of course, if we can win game 3 in New York, now all the pressure's back on the Knicks to win game 4. But we'll see once game 3 comes around. The game was tied 3 times. There was 5 lead changes. So it wasn't so much back and forth like the Knicks take the lead and the Spurs take the lead. Now the game is tied. But it always felt like a close game. It always felt like both teams were in striking distance, and Spurs go on the big run. We're down 12 in the fourth quarter, go on a big old run. I think we might have been down 14, honestly. Yeah, we were down 14 at that point in the fourth quarter. Make our big comeback. Dylan Harper's having big plays. Wemby finally starts getting his rhythm. De'Aaron Fox was amazing in this game. And just shout out to the Knicks, dude. We'll get to the player stats in a second. I do live here in San Antonio, of course. I grew up in San Antonio. I wait tables for a living. I'm at work today. Of course, New York people are all in San Antonio. There's a shitload of Knicks fans that came from New York to watch the game. They're saving money. They get to have a San Antonio vacation and come see my city. And I'm not mad at the Knicks fans. I hope they're having fun. They're definitely having fun winning games against the Spurs, and I hope they're having fun seeing our beautiful city as well. But again, with that being said, I'm waiting on New York fans at work. They had Yankees gear on. It was 3 people. They all have New York Yankees shirts on. They didn't have Knicks attire on. They were in town to see their family, they said. But they all have New York shirts on. We know they're Knicks fans. They didn't seem super into basketball or too worried about it, but of course they were happy the Knicks were up 2-0. I get to my table. I see they're all wearing Knicks shit, and I just kind of sigh. I just shake the dude's hand. It's a family. I walk up and I just shake that man's hand. What else can I do? Y'all are up 2-0. Y'all have played awesome. I'm not going to make excuses and cry about it. I just gave that man a handshake. Respect to the Knicks and their fan base. But again, Knicks have 105. Spurs have 104. We'll get to the Wemby stuff in a second. 44 rebounds for New York, 42 for the Spurs. Pretty much a wash. Knicks have 29 assists. The Spurs have 22. And it was noticeable watching the game. One play that comes to mind, I want to say it's the third quarter, if y'all remember. Karl-Anthony Towns gets the ball. He's right underneath the rim. He's basically quadruple teamed. We all collapse on him. I want to say it's Wemby. Cat goes up and just throws a disgusting wraparound pass, goes around Wemby's back and kicks it out to Micheal Bridges in the corner. I want to say it's the third quarter, if y'all remember the play. He's basically quadruple teamed and just throws a disgusting wraparound pass out to Micheal Bridges in the corner. And of course, he knocks down the corner 3. He shoots fucking 100% from out there. Knicks have 11 steals. Spurs have 7. Wemby has a terrible turnover down the stretch. We'll talk about it more later. But that was one of the steals Jalen Brunson got, and that one just hurt so bad. New York has 6 blocks. Spurs have 7. Basically a wash. Knicks have 12 turnovers. The Spurs have 16. Not a huge difference. If you have 16 turnovers, if you have more than 12 turnovers, I kind of consider that a pretty bad game taking care of the ball. So the Spurs, again, just a terrible turnover down the stretch from Wemby, Stephon Castle, whoever you want to blame it on. And the Knicks have 12 turnovers. They just execute their offense awesomely. I think Jalen Brunson had 4 turnovers. But like I said from my last video in Game 1, everyone's pretty much in the right place at the right time for New York. The court just looks so much more spaced out when they're running their offense. We're doubling Jalen Brunson to start the game. We start playing him one-on-one. Once the second half starts, especially in the fourth quarter, and we start having a lot more success. So I'd look for the Spurs to probably play Jalen Brunson one-on-one for the majority of game three. He's not in rhythm. Our defense has done a great job just swarming him and keeping him out of rhythm. He's an awesome offensive player, but I think we just play him one-on-one with Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell for the most part, and just send help once he actually gets into the paint, kind of like we did with the SGA as the series went on. Again, Brunson's out of rhythm. He can catch on fire anytime. But I think we just play him one-on-one and just hope that his cold shooting goes on. But us double teaming him, kind of like in the first two games of the OKC series, we still won game one, but we're double teaming Shai. He's just swinging the ball around, and they're just getting open looks as a team. And New York just has way more lethal shooters than OKC. They have Karl Anthony Towns. He's been the best player all series long, and their physicality and their shooting has really bothered us. Spurs shoot 47% from the field. New York shoots 42%, so we outshot them from the field. New York shoots 40% from three. We're 38%, so both teams shot really well from three, but New York just hit the big ones in the fourth quarter. New York 76% from the line. They didn't shoot it well. Spurs are 70% from the line. I don't want to say that's the story of the game. There's all sorts of different storylines you can go to. But Wemby, I want to say it was the second or third quarter, he misses 2 free throws, which you pretty much never see. I want to say Wemby missed at least 4 free throws in this game. Now, you just usually don't see him do that. Of course, if he makes 2 more free throws, if you do the math, then we win by 1 point. But there was all sorts of different storylines. But yeah, I definitely noticed that during the game. We shot 70% from the line. It was a problem early in the game, and I was thinking that might come back to bite us. And of course, it ends up biting us. Spurs have 48 points in the paint. New York has 38, so we beat them pretty well in the paint. Dylan Harper's getting into the paint. Keldon Johnson didn't have a great game, but he had a couple buckets in the paint. Wemby gets a tip back in the fourth quarter, gets a nice little post move against Karl Anthony Towns where he reverse pivots and gets a nice lefty layup. Wemby gets that big and one off of, I want to say it's a Dylan Harper pass where he gets that and one with less than a minute left. So we did a good job winning the points in the paint battle because New York beat us in points in the paint in game one. Just wasn't quite enough though. New York has the 14-second chance points. We have 9, so not a huge difference. New York has 19 fast break points. We have 11, so they pretty much crushed us in the fast break points battle. That's the Spurs' bread and butter. We want to turn you over and get out and score in the fast break before you can get settled. And again, we had the 16 turnovers. New York had 12. Felt like every time we turned the ball over, it's just a wide open 3 on the other end, easy layup, whatever it is. And our turnovers and our free throw shooting just really killed us. And the turnover at the end of the game, Wemby, Castle, whoever you want to blame, we'll talk about it more in a second, but that one just really killed us, dude. We'll get to the Spurs in a second. We'll start off with the Knicks. Jose Alvarado plays 10 minutes. He has 2 points. He's 0 for 4 from the field. Does have 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Just brings good energy off the bench. They just need Jalen Brunson to get a little 10-minute breather. So I think Jose Alvarado just always brings good energy. He's always done that his entire career. Mitchell Robinson was great, honestly. He has 7 points. He's 2 for 2 from the field. He's fucking 3 for 6 from the line. The Knicks, they're just on a Cinderella run, dude. I still believe the Spurs are going to win the series. No team has ever lost their first 2 games at home in the NBA Finals and won an NBA series in the finals like that. The Phoenix Suns, it was the Suns-Bucks series, 2021, I want to say. I might be wrong on the year, but Milwaukee they lose their first 2 games. They go down 2-0, but Phoenix was at home. Then Milwaukee comes back and rips off 4 games in a row and ends up winning the series. Dallas Mavericks, I want to say that was 2011. They go down 2-0 against the Heat, but the Heat had home court advantage. Then Dallas comes back, rips off 4 games in a row, and ends up winning the series. So again, I haven't lost hope. If the Spurs win game 3, all the pressure goes back on New York. But with that being said, I want to say it's happened 5 times in NBA history where a team loses their first 2 games at home in the NBA Finals, and it's either 5 or 6 times. But bottom line, no team has ever lost their first 2 home games and then ended up winning the finals. But hopefully the Spurs can make history again. I don't feel good about it, but if we can win game 3, again, the pressure goes back on New York to win game 4. If we lose game 3, y'all already know no teams ever came back down 0-3 in any playoff series in NBA history. So, needless to say, game 3 is just a giant game for both teams. But yeah, Mitch Robinson, he knocked down back-to-back free throws. We're doing the hack-a-Mitch, want to say in the second quarter, and he knocks down 3 of his 6 free throws. New York fans are going to take that all day. I was fucking blown away. He made back-to-back free throws. Just never seen that in my life. But Mitch Robinson was great out there. He has the broken pinky. He's playing through it. He had a nasty alley-oop in the fourth quarter as well, so that one really hurt. Deuce McBride, he's 2 for 7. He has 5 points. He's 1 for 3 from 3. I want to say his 1-3 was in the fourth quarter. It's off an offensive rebound. And he knocks down a big 3 on the left corner. Josh Hart, he has 0 points. He's 0 for 4. 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. I thought he was a pretty big negative out there. He's always playing good defense. Does get the 1 steal, the 1 block. He gets 6 rebounds in 18 minutes. He's always attacking the glass. He is -3 on the plus minus. Doesn't always tell the whole story, but Josh Hart, he was bad out there. It's kind of the Spurs strategy. Let Josh Hart shoot open threes, and he missed them both, so that worked out with our strategy. We'll have Wemby guard Josh Hart, but he's just always fucking moving around the whole time. So Wemby still can't necessarily camp down low and be a roamer down there because Josh Hart's just always fucking moving around. Maybe they pass him the ball on a cut. Now Wemby has to step up. And again, he had the 4 assists in 18 minutes. Just does a great job just moving off ball and forcing Wemby to at least pay attention to him. He's not just camping out in the corner. He's just always moving off ball. Again, I thought he had a bad game, but the 6 rebounds and 4 assists, he still finds a way to impact the game even when he doesn't score. Landry Shamet, again, he's shooting fucking 57% from 3 for the playoffs. 57%. It's just ridiculous. He's 3 for 7 in this game from 3. Of course he is. He's 5 for 12 from the field. 2 assists, 1 block. Yeah, he's just been amazing all playoffs long. Feels like he never misses an open 3. Even if it's pretty contested, he just has such great shot selection. He picks his spots really, really well. And he's just shooting the lights out. Spurs, I think we can do a better job when Shamit's on the court of having Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox just attacking more. I feel like we should get him more involved in the action. If Shamit, Karl Anthony Towns, or Jalen Brunson, whenever any of those guys are on the court, we should get them into the action every single time and try to take advantage of Jalen Brunson and Landry Shamet. Just their size, they're not big enough to guard Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper. They're too physical for those guys. Karl Anthony Towns, we used to say he was a bad defender. He's been really good defensively in these playoffs. People used to say Karl Anthony Towns is soft. I say he's more zesty than soft. He used to flop quite a bit. He doesn't really flop anymore that I've noticed in these playoffs. I haven't noticed Cap flopping very much. He's just playing physical and just being a big old fucking 260-pound, 7-foot dog out there. But again, with that being said, I feel like we can do a better job just getting him involved in the action. He did have 5 personal fouls tonight. So even if he is playing good defense and you're attacking him, you can still get him into foul trouble like we did tonight. But with that being said, he used to get a lot of boneheaded fouls. He's been doing a much better job all playoffs long of just just playing better defense and just not fouling as much, even though he did have the 5 personal fouls in this game. But Landry Shamet is shooting the lights out there. Karl Anthony Towns is the finals MVP if the finals ended today. He has 21 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists. Again, he had that nasty wraparound pass to, it was to, wasn't it to, yeah, it was to Bridges. If y'all remember that play, I want to say it's the third quarter. He's basically quadruple teamed in the paint. It's like a no-look wraparound around Wemby's back. When I watched the play happen, I was like, that's just a fucking gross pass. Again, as an NBA fan, finals have been awesome. As a Spurs fan, it just really hurts. But yeah, Cat's 8 for 12. I don't know the percentage on that. What is it, 70%? It's just ridiculous percentage. Just been so efficient out there. He's just attacking the rim like crazy. He does knock down 3 of his 5 threes this game. He's done a great job just with his shot selection, being a playmaker again. He has the 4 assists this game, the 13 rebounds with his 21 points on just stupid efficiency. 8 for 12. He's 3 for 5 from 3, so that's 60% from 3. 3 offensive rebounds. He's plus 11 out there. He has the biggest plus minus out of everybody. And just watching the game, you can just tell. 21 and 13 points on 8 for 12 shooting. If you didn't watch the game and you're just box score watching, it's an awesome box score. If you did watch the game, his impact was even greater than his numbers. Wemby just can't really guard Cat one-on-one. Again, he did a better job. In game 1, he just pressed up so hard on him, and Cat just blowing by him and getting to the rim a whole lot. He still did a lot of that this game, but Wemby sagged off a little more, so it wasn't as easy for him to get to the rim. But with Wemby sagging off a bit, now he knocks down 3 of his 5 threes. He had a play where he just blows by Wemby and just gets a 2-hand dunk, and he's just screaming in Wemby's face, and I do the same thing if I was Cat. He's been amazing all playoffs long. OG Anunoby never misses a 3 in the corner. It feels like he was 2 for 5 from 3 in this game. So he missed a couple of them, but he's 5 for 10 from the field, 50% for his 17 points. Only takes 10 shots for 17 points. Just whenever you need OG, he just steps up whenever you need him. He'll just be chilling all game. He just makes huge plays on defense. I say the same thing about all the Knicks players. They're just always in the right place offensively, mostly in the right place defensively for the most part. Same thing with OG, Miles Bridges. Just never make any boneheaded plays. They're always in the right place at the right time. OG has 2 steals and 2 blocks. Of course he does. Does have the 3 assists and the 4 rebounds. Champagnie tries to go at him second or third quarter. It's just one-on-one, just OG and Champagnie in the open court. Blocks the shit out of Champagnie's shot. Has another one. Dylan Harper, it's just him and OG one-on-one in the open court. Dylan Harper tries to go up for a lefty layup, and OG Anunoby just destroys that shot at the rim as well. He's such an amazing shot blocker. Does such a great job playing defense in the open court and getting steals, getting block shots without fouling out there. His 2 steals, I think they were both in the passing lane. Wemby tried to throw a cross-court pass, and OG Anunoby intercepts that. And he intercepted one more as well. The one play that stands out the most for OG for me, he's on the left. He's in the right corner. He pump fakes Wemby, takes 3 or 4 dribbles, just bumps Wemby in the chest and goes up. Dunks. He dunked on Wemby. He didn't posterize him, but he dunked on Wemby. Just gets right in his chest and just goes up for a strong 2-hand dunk. If he goes up for a layup, he gets his shit swatted, but he goes up for a strong 2-hand dunk, just like Karl Anthony Towns blew by Wemby and had a strong 2-handed dunk as well. I love OG Anunoby. I'm a big fan of OG's. Micheal Bridges. Oh, we fucking traded 5 first-round draft picks for this dude. That's what everyone was saying when the trade happened. He's been off and on since the trade, but nobody's regretting that trade right now. He's I guess you could debate if he was worth the 5 first-round draft picks, but he was worth at least fucking 4 of them, dude. He has 20 points. He's 8 for 13 from the field. He's 4 for 6 from 3. Of course he is. He has 6 rebounds, 6 assists, does get the 1 steal. Just plays great defense all game long like he always does. And this guy just never fucking misses a 3, dude. Micheal Bridges, he's 60% from the field, 40% from 3, and 90% from the free throw line. So he's fucking 60, 40, 90 in the finals so far. It's just a 2-game sample size, but it's not surprising Mikel's been playing like this, honestly, all playoffs long. It's just tough, dude. Jalen Brunson will drive inside. He'll get double teamed. Swing it over to Karl Anthony Towns, and he attacks a closeout. Now he passes it back to Jalen Brunson. Now you have to help on Jalen Brunson. He kicks it to OG Anunoby, and before you know it, Micheal Bridges has a wide open 3. Or there I talk about Deuce McBride. I talked about McBride a little bit. His 1-3 was off an offensive rebound in the fourth quarter, and it just hurt so bad. Micheal Bridges is amazing, dude. The 6 rebounds, the 6 assists, just incredible efficiency, like he's had all playoffs long. And again, just like OG, they're an awesome duo. They're both always in the right place at the right time, and they just don't make boneheaded plays. Bridges had 1 turnover. OG had 0 turnovers. And of course they didn't. They've just been so good all playoffs long. Bridges, not so much a play that sticks out for me. Jalen Brunson goes out. It's late in the third quarter. They keep him sitting out maybe the first 2 or 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. They had Bridges in there. They had Deuce McBride. I want to say it was Shamit. Maybe it was Jose Alvarado at the point guard at that time. But Bridges has at least 2 or 3 buckets. He has one where he's driving. He's like right there at the free throw line. Just hits a nasty fall away over Devin Vassell. He has another one. I want to say Keldon Johnson is guarding him. Keldon has a decent contest. He's like right there at the left elbow. If y'all remember, he gets to a fadeaway. Devin Vassell comes over to help. Keldon Johnson already has a decent contest. Devin Vassell is all over it. Just perfect defense, and he just knocks down just a nasty fall away. Kind of right there at the right elbow, if y'all remember that shot. So not so much one play that sticks out for me from Micheal Bridges. It was more that stretch where Jalen Brunson came out. And I want to say Deuce McBride hit that 3 ball during that stretch. I want to say Landry Shamet hit a corner 3. Then Micheal Bridges has those 2 big jumpers. So you did a great job just kind of helping to hold down the fort when Jalen Brunson was out. Jalen Brunson 7 for 25, 7, 14, 21. Well under 33%. I'm pretty sure that's under 30%, so that sucks. He's 2 for 8 from 3, so that's 25%. So he sucks, right? He has 5 rebounds and 6 assists. He has 5 steals. One of those was the boneheaded turnover by Wemby at the end of the game. He has 4 turnovers. Spurs did a great job making him uncomfortable. Stephon Castle was great one-on-one on him. We switched to guarding him one-on-one more in the second half. We had a lot of success with that, so maybe we'll see a lot more of that in Game 3, hopefully. Jalen Brunson was -10 on the plus-minus, but again, the plus-minus doesn't always tell the story. You see Jalen Brunson's stat line if you didn't watch the game. He had 20 points. He's 7 for 25 out there. Terrible efficiency. He's 2 for 8 from 3. The 4 turnovers. So the efficiency was terrible. The 4 turnovers were terrible. 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 steals. That's amazing out there. Just doing some of the intangible things, just the in the margins things. Again, he had a horrible shooting night. He had a really bad shooting night in Game 1, but he made all the clutch shots down the stretch. And yeah, when it's the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, Jalen Brunson just never going to fucking miss a shot, it feels like. The one shot for Jalen Brunson that sticks out to me, it's at least 2 minutes left in the game. I want to say it was like 1 minute and 30 seconds left or so. I want to say Vassell's guarding him. Vassell plays perfect defense. Brunson hits him with a shoulder bump. gets to a little one-legged fadeaway and knocks it down. And I want to say that put the Knicks up 2 points at that time with less than a minute and a half left in the game. So yeah, he's 7 for 25, but one of those 7 shots was with a minute and a half left in the game. And just a nasty one-legged Dirk Nowitzki style fadeaway over Devin Vassell. Vassell plays perfect defense, but who cares, dude? I'm Jalen Brunson, and I just make clutch shots down the stretch. If Brunson was fucking 0 for 24, they're still gonna give him the ball. He doesn't care. He's the definition of a volume scorer. And if I'm a Knicks fan, I want Brunson to take 25 to 30 shots every single game. Again, if you box score watch, he has 20 points on 25 shots, but his gravity is just so insane. He has the 6 assists, which is solid, but he had so many hockey assists, just draws so much attention, and just makes life easier for OG, Mikal Bridges. Karl Anthony Towns, he played well off of Jalen Brunson's gravity as well, but he didn't really need it. He was just cooking out there, just by himself, to be honest. So just awesome team performance for the Knicks, dude. Moving on to the Spurs, Carter Bryant gets a quick 3 minutes. It's always great to see a Carter Bryant siding out there. He's a deer in headlights. He has the one turnover out there. I forget the turnover, to be honest. Things are just moving too fast for Carter Bryant. He's an awesome defender. He got some time guarding Jalen Brunson and did an okay job in those 3 minutes. He doesn't take a shot out there. Things are just too fast for Carter Bryant. He's a rookie out there. So is Dylan Harper, but Dylan Harper is a 10-year veteran of a rookie, if that makes sense. He looks like a veteran when he plays out there. Carter Bryant looks like a deer in the headlights. Things are just moving too fast for him. We saw that in the OKC series as well. And it's all good, Carter. Carter Bryant is going to be an amazing defender, bare minimum. He has a really nice three-point shot as well. And he's 20 years old. He's not ready to play 10 or 15 minutes in the NBA Finals quite yet. He does have 2 personal fouls. We kind of put him in there just to do the hack-a-mitch, to be honest. Harrison Barnes plays about 5 minutes and just has donuts across the whole stat sheet. 0 turnovers with Harrison Barnes. I'll say with Champagny, with Devin Vassell. Champagny has 4 rebounds. He did play 35 minutes. Vassell has 9 rebounds. He did play 38 minutes. But even when Harrison Barnes gets bigger minutes, he was shooting lights out from 3 to start the season. If his 3 ball isn't going down, he doesn't give you that much else, to be honest. He's not going to attack the glass very well. He's not a bad defender, but he's not a super strong defender. He's not going to create turnovers, and he's not really going to play make for his teammates out there. Not that he's a selfish player, but yeah, he just gets a quick 5 minutes. Doesn't do a lot in his 5 minutes, but I do trust Harrison Barnes' minutes out there. He's not going to have like defensive breakdowns or make any boneheaded turnovers. Our boy Luke Cornett, Magic City Luke, gets the 8 minutes. He has 1 point, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, 0 turnovers. I thought Luke was fine out there. He just gets out there to give Wemby a breather. I've heard people saying we should go to the French vanilla lineup with Wemby and Luke Cornett in the game together, but I don't think that's really going to help us. I guess if Mitch Robinson and Karl Anthony Towns are in the games together, which we don't see too much, then maybe having Luke and Wemby in there together might be an okay look, but they're just going to bring Luke Cornett into the action, and he's a really good drop defender in pick and roll, but then Jalen Brunson is just getting these open 3 balls. Karl Anthony Towns is going to give him trouble out there as well, and don't say Cornett's unplayable in the series. We can still use him, but just the Knicks small ball lineup gives him so much trouble. Keldon Johnson, he has 15 points. He has 15 minutes. He has 3 points in his 15 minutes. He's 1 for 4 from the field. He's 0 for 2 from 3. Does get the 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. It was good to see him attacking the glass. We haven't seen that very much at all in the playoffs. Does get the one offensive rebound and just did a good job attacking the glass at least. Does have the 2 assists. Keldon is not a great playmaker, but he had one where he's in the paint, gives a little dump off to Wemby, and Wemby gets an easy, when I say it was a left-handed dunk, so that was a nice dime for Keldon Johnson, but fuck, I love Keldon, dude. He's our longest tenured Spur, and we all love him. But just watching basketball, I don't think Keldon, he's almost unplayable, dude. He's had maybe 1 or 2 games. For the entire playoffs, he's the sixth man of the year, but he's not our sixth man. Dylan Harper is our sixth man, and he's been our sixth. It's hard for me to say sixth. He's been our sixth man for probably the past 2 or 3 months, to be honest. Fuck, man, I love KJ, but let me know what you think if you're a Spurs fan or just an NBA fan in general. I'd rather see Harrison Barnes get the 15 minutes and see Keldon get the 5 minutes. He just gets the tunnel vision out there. He doesn't take good shots, to be honest. I feel like with Keldon, he'll be in the game. The 2 threes he took weren't good looks. He was pretty well defended on both those looks. If the ball swings over to Keldon in the corner or on the wing and he's just totally wide open, I want him to take those shots, of course. He's not a good 3-point shooter, but he's not terrible. He can be kind of streaky out there. But I thought his 2 3 balls were bad looks. The 1 point he gets was in the third quarter. He gets an offensive rebound and gets a stick back. But yeah, dude. Keldon has the 1 turnover. I can't remember the play, to be honest with you. Let me know what you think if you're a Spurs fan or just an NBA fan in general that's been watching a lot of Spurs basketball. I think, yeah, man, I think I'd rather have Harrison Barnes getting those 15 minutes over Keldon Johnson. There was a bad play. He has a breakdown, and Landry Shamet gets a wide open 3 on the left wing. I want to say it was in the fourth quarter, and that one just really hurt us. Keldon gets tunnel vision on offense. He'll get caught ball watching on defense and give up open threes and give up back cuts. And if I have Harrison Barnes in the game, at least I know he's going to be locked in defensively. He's not going to try to force things on offense. And Keldon, I just hate to say it, he's just been so disappointing for the entire playoffs. He's maybe had 2 good games in the entire playoffs, to be honest. One of them was against Portland in the first round. And if you're the 6th man of the year, I just need so much more from you. I don't need 15 or 20 points from Keldon every single night, but his I don't know if his skill set translates to the playoffs, to be completely honest with you guys. Just so rough for Keldon, man. I think I'd rather have Harrison Barnes play his minutes at this point. Champagny, he has 8 points. He's 2 for 5 from 3. I think both of his threes were in the first quarter. Yeah, he's super hot in game 1. They're really pressed up on Champagny. They're paying all sorts of attention to him. And it opened things up for Devin Vassell in this game. Opened things up for Wemby. De'Aaron Fox had a really good game. So he didn't shoot very well out there. Again, 2 for 5 from 3. Does give us the 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. Doesn't have any turnovers. Champagny pretty much never turns the ball over because he's going to catch that shit and he's going to shoot that shit. There's really not a lot of opportunities for him to turn the ball over. Again, he's going to catch and let it rip, or he's going to catch and pump fake and attack a closeout. Yeah, Champagny knows who he is. Like, to my Keldon point, Champagny's never really making boneheaded plays. He knows his exact role. He's going to catch and shoot, or he's going to catch and just swing the ball immediately. That's another thing with Keldon. I mention it all the time. Let's say the ball is right here at the top of the arc, and Keldon is on the wing, and there's an open shooter in the corner, and the ball gets swung. It gets past to Keldon Johnson. and he'll catch it. The right play is just to immediately, as soon as you catch it, hot potato, just immediately pass it to the corner for that open three. I've been watching Keldon since he got drafted, and his bad habits, he just kept his bad habits. They haven't gone away. Back to my point, though, the ball gets swung, the ball is straight away for like a straightaway three. It gets swung to Keldon in the corner, and he catches it, and he'll hesitate for like half a second or 1 second. He'll catch the ball, he'll kind of scan the floor and see what's going on. And by the time he realizes he should have made that pass to the corner, he may still make the pass. Keldon's not a ball hog. He's not a selfish player. He's really selfless. He's all about team first. He'll take some bad shots. Again, he'll get tunnel vision. He'll drive to the rim and make some bad plays, but he just wants to help the team out so badly. And sometimes, a lot of the time, all playoffs long, he's just been making really poor decisions. But again, back to my point, let's say Keldon's on the wing. The ball handler has the ball straight away. They pass it to Keldon. He hesitates for half a second or 1 second. Where if it was Champagny or Vassell, they just catch the ball and just immediately swing it to the corner. Keldon doesn't quickly process things on the offensive end, and it's always been like that for Keldon. I feel so bad talking badly about Keldon Johnson because we love him so much in San Antonio, but just watching basketball, it just is what it is, dude. Yeah, Champagny was a bit off shooting the ball, but they're just really pressed up on him. I think his gravity was really good this game, at least. Dylan Harper is amazing. He's 6 for 12. He's 0 for 3 from 3, but it's all good. He has 15 points. Has a giant layup on the fast break in the fourth quarter. Gets a right-handed layup. Has another play. It was to give us the lead. Again, like I was saying, we're not attacking Shamet and Jalen Brunson. Cat's been playing good defense in the playoffs, but we should still be attacking him. If Brunson's on the court, he should be involved in every single action, and we haven't been doing a good job doing that. But to my Jalen Brunson defense point, Harper gets that nasty right-handed layup on the fast break. If y'all remember that play in the fourth quarter, it's probably less than 2 minutes in the fourth. He attacks Jalen Brunson one-on-one. He gets right there outside the restricted area. Shoulder bump. Just goes right up and gets an easy little left-handed floater on Jalen Brunson. And De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, and Stephon Castle can do that all game long. We've done a bad job just getting Brunson in the action consistently. We'll do it from time to time, but it should be every single play, dude. Again, though, Dylan Harper attacked Jalen Brunson. I want to say it was less than a minute and a half left and knocks down that big layup. I'm pretty sure that put us up by 2 points. Dylan Harper doesn't close out last game. He does close out this game. I think we should always close out with Castle, Fox, and Harper. Have all three of our guards out there. Have three great decision makers. We use that lineup to close out. For a lot of the games in OKC, Mitch Johnson, he'll ice out the hot hand. A lot of the times he did that in game one with Harper. We make the adjustment. We let Dylan Harper close out in game two, and he makes great plays down the stretch. We should have won the game. He does have the 2 turnovers out there. Plays great defense on Jalen Brunson as well. Castle, I think he had 3 fouls. 3 fouls in the second quarter, and Dylan Harper steps up, and he's playing defense. Really good defense on Jalen Brunson. Harper's not as good as Stephon Castle defensively, but it's not a huge gap. Dylan Harper's pretty underrated defensively. You see all of his amazing finishes at the rim. And of course, it's amazing to watch. It's easy to overlook his defense. But Dylan, he's a real two-way player. He's very, very good defensively and did a great job guarding Jalen Brunson in that time when Stephon Castle was out. And he shoots fucking 50% from the field for 15 points. once the season started, probably 2 or 3 months into the season, I was thinking Dylan Harper's really good. He's going to be a really good player for us. Once we get to February, I'm thinking Dylan Harper is going to be a future All-Star. Once the probably for sure by the time the OKC series is over. Right now, I think a lot of people agree with me. Dylan Harper is going to be a superstar. He's going to be an All NBA player, All NBA player at minimum. And I think a lot of people would agree. Dylan Harper is just going to be a superstar within the next 2 or 3 years, in my opinion. Dylan Harper, he's going to be a better player than De'Aaron Fox, in my opinion. He's not a better player than Fox right now. I've heard people saying, oh, bench De'Aaron Fox, let Dylan Harper start the games, and then let Dylan Harper see OG Anunoby and Micheal Bridges as the primary defender on him. He can get by those guys. He can make things happen, but Dylan Harper is not a better second option on offense than De'Aaron Fox is right now. De'Aaron Fox had a horrible game one, had an awesome game two, and De'Aaron Fox is he's just a better offensive player than Dylan Harper right now. It's easy for us to watch Dylan Harper be amazing and attack like the third or fourth best player on defense because De'Aaron Fox is going to guard the best perimeter defender. Wemby might guard OG Anunoby. They've been having OG guard Wemby a lot. And then Stephon Castle is going to be guarded probably by Micheal Bridges or the third best perimeter defender. And then Dylan Harper gets to attack the third or fourth best perimeter defender when he is out there. Dylan Harper is amazing. He's good enough to be a starter. But De'Aaron Fox is just a better offensive player than Harper right now. And again, like I said, Harper's amazing. I love Dylan Harper, but he's attacking the third or fourth best defenders on the other team for the most part. Not to take away from him, Dylan Harper can be a starter today. He would be he'd make all sorts of mistakes. He'd be learning as he goes because again, he'd be drawing the number one perimeter defender or at least the number two perimeter defender behind Stephon Castle if De'Aaron Fox wasn't on the team. So people are saying Dylan should start, put De'Aaron Fox on the bench. De'Aaron Fox is a bum. I don't agree with all of that, but Harper will be a superstar. He's been amazing all playoffs long. He's been our sixth man. If Keldon Johnson could even play half as good as he played in the regular season, we'd be in a lot better shape. Basell's 4 for 9, has the 14 points. He's 3 for 7 from 3. Like I was saying about Harrison Barnes earlier, I don't think this was an off night for Devin Vassell shooting the ball. I think he shot the ball fine out there. But even if he didn't, still has the 9 rebounds and 5 assists. So that's my thing. Again, with Harrison Barnes, if he's not knocking down his shots, he's not giving us a lot. Same thing with Keldon lately. Keldon usually gives us really good rebounding. He did a decent job rebounding tonight. That's my thing with Champagny and Vassell. Even if their shot is off, they give us very good defense and very good rebounding. And then speaking of rebounding, Vassell has the 9 rebounds, 5 assists, did a great job playmaking for the boys, has the 1 block, has 0 turnovers. So I thought Devin Vassell, I don't know if I'd say very good, but I thought he had a really solid game out there. Hits the gigantic 3. Dylan Harper's in the paint. Harper kicks it back out to Vassell and just hits a huge straightaway 3 when the Spurs were making their comeback. And I just love Devin Vassell. I think he's been one of our most consistent players offensively and defensively just for the entire playoffs. And I just love Vassell, just a really consistent player, can knock down the 3 ball, loves getting to the mid-range. He can finish inside as well. And Vassell's just been great for us all playoffs long. Stephon Castle takes 14 shots for the 14 points. He's 5 for 14, so that's just under 30%. He is 2 for 4 from 3, so that's good to see him taking 4 threes. I like to see Castle take maybe 4 or 5 threes and shooting 50% from three. We'll take that all day with Steph. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Does have the 4 turnovers. So that's a little rough. De'Aaron Fox has the 4 turnovers as well. Wemby has 4 turnovers also. We didn't do a great job taking care of the ball. All sorts of cross-court passes. OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges are just picking shit off like they're a safety out there. Just a bad game for Castle. He was amazing defensively on Jalen Brunson. What was Brunson again? He was 7 for 25 from the field. Castle did an amazing job guarding him one-on-one. Again, he does get the 3 fouls. Second quarter, he has the 3 fouls. So we had to switch Dylan Harper onto Jalen Brunson, like I was saying earlier. He did a great job guarding Brunson out there. Thought there was a few times Stephon Castle got fouled and they didn't call it. But Castle, he has some Keldon Johnson-like tendencies. He's just so elite on defense. He's always going to be on the court. But Castle can get tunnel vision from time to time. He'll just drive inside without having too much of a plan. Then he jumps, gets off of his feet, and gets into a car crash at the rim and gets himself into a really tough shot attempt. Or maybe he'll jump up without a plan. Now he's trying to make a last-second pass to the corner, and then he ends up with the 4 turnovers in this game. I'm not worried about Castle. He always gives us just so much defensively that he always has a really high floor. Even though he was a bit off offensively in this game, I thought Stephon Castle did enough for us to win the game, even though we ended up not winning the game. De'Aaron Fox was amazing. He has 20 points. He's 8 for 12 out there. He's 2 for 2 from 3. Knocks down a huge 3 in the fourth quarter. Has a nice little move. He gets in the paint and gets a little step through for a layup in the fourth quarter as well. So he was huge in the fourth. Starts off the game really good as well. So comes out. De'Aaron Fox did a great job setting the pace and then comes out in the fourth quarter and makes some big shots for us as well. Did a great job getting 2 feet in the paint. Gets the 5 assists. De'Aaron, I think he's probably our best guard at getting 2 feet in the paint and just spraying out to shooters. He does a really good job getting Devin Vassell, Champagnie, Wemby open looks outside the arc, just with how good he is at getting 2 feet in the paint. Does have the 3 rebounds, 1 steal and 1 block, so we'll take that all day. The 4 turnovers are rough, but Castle had 4, Wemby had 4. De'Aaron Fox is not the reason we lost this game. De'Aaron Fox was amazing out there. I'm not on the trade De'Aaron Fox bandwagon. I haven't been on it all year. I've been a huge De'Aaron Fox defender. After game 1, I said if De'Aaron Fox plays like that in game 2, I'm jumping on the trade De'Aaron Fox bandwagon. Been defending him just so much all year, and he's been really disappointing in the playoffs, but he had an amazing game this game. Knocks down both of his threes. 8 for 12, so just amazing efficiency, and gives us 20 points on 12 shots with the 5 assists, with the steal, and the block as well. I just thought De'Aaron was amazing out there. Did a great job controlling the pace. I'd like less than 4 turnovers, but De'Aaron did everything he had to do. De'Aaron played more than good enough for us to win the game. And I thought De'Aaron was honestly just really, really good out there. And then Wembanyama. Wemby takes 4 shots in the first half of the game. Only takes 4 shots in the entire first half. Thinking, what the fuck, Wembanyama? You're not Chet Holmgren, dude. I need you to take like 7 or 8 shots in the fourth quarter. He just didn't come out aggressively to start the game. Finishes with 29 points. 11 for 21 from the field. 2 for 6 from 3, so he was a bit off from 3. He's 5 for 8 from the line, dude. Was it the third quarter? Wemby misses, I don't know if I've ever seen it in Wemby's career. He misses both of his free throws. Has 2 back-to-back misses. I don't know if I've ever seen that, but that hurts so bad. He does have the 9 rebounds, 2 assists. He has 4 blocks and 2 steals. Of course he does. 4 turnovers. Fucking y'all already know, dude. If Wemby has 3 turnovers, we probably win the game. Or worst case scenario, we go to overtime, dude. I don't know how y'all want to divide up the percentage of blame on that last play. Um, I say probably 60% Wemby, 20% Castle, and 20% Mitch Johnson. I think you can put, just depends on how you look at it, I guess. I'd put probably at least 50% of the blame on Mitch Johnson. If y'all rewatch the play, Wemby catches the ball, gets the rebound, I want to say. Stephon Castle makes eye contact with Wemby. Castle's thinking, all right, Wemby's going to pass me the ball or he's going to bring it up. Stephon Castle makes eye contact with Wemby. Wemby takes a dribble. Castle sees him take a dribble. Because again, Wemby gets the rebound. Castle looks at him, has his hands up, sees Wemby dribble the ball. So Castle turns around and starts going up the court because he's just thinking Wemby's about to dribble and bring the ball up the court. If y'all rewatch the play again, even if Stephon Castle did catch that pass, he's going to turn around and have basically 3 defenders around him. Stephon Castle wasn't in a position, he wasn't in an advantageous position to make a play, even if he did catch that pass. So again, I put more blame on Wemby than Stephon Castle because Castle looks at him, he's ready to catch the pass if we're going to push the break, and then he sees Wemby dribble the ball. So once he sees Wemby make that one dribble, that's when Steph turns around and starts running up the court. Because again, like I said, he thinks Wemby's either going to dribble the ball up the court or pass it to De'Aaron Fox. And if y'all rewatch the play, De'Aaron Fox is on the right side of the court. He's basically wide open. I mean, it would have been an easy pass to De'Aaron Fox. And if it went to De'Aaron Fox, he has all this open court on the right side of the court, and he could have probably made something good happen. Worst case scenario, De'Aaron probably brings the ball up and gets us a good shot to win the game. I would have had all sorts of trust in De'Aaron at that point to bring the ball up. We had like 10 seconds left and at least get us into a good set and get us a good shot. Let me know what y'all think. I've been going back and forth with it. As far as the pass goes, if we're just going Stephon Castle and Wemby, probably 70% on Wemby and 30% on Stephon Castle just for that pass. Again, Wemby and Castle make eye contact. If Wemby's going to pass Castle the ball, he should have passed it to him at that moment. But Castle's looking at him. He sees Wemby dribble the ball. And when he sees Wemby dribble it, that's when Castle turns around. He's trying to get down the court, put himself in a good position, just get down the court, whatever it is. And again, he sees Wemby dribble the ball. Once he sees Wemby dribble, that's when he turns around. Wemby makes the pass. As soon as the ball leaves Wemby's hands, you see Wemby, he kind of knows. He kind of knew it was going to be a turnover as soon as he passes it. Hits De'Aaron Fox in the back. Jalen Brunson gets the steal. Brunson had 4 steals. That was his 5th one, but we just fucking handed it to him. And then Brunson gets the ball. Wemby bumps him and fouls him. Then Brunson misses one of the free throws. And yeah, man. We get to the final possession. We set up a pick and pop. It was the 2-man game with Wemby and Fox. I love it. That's what we should go to in that situation. I imagine Mitch Johnson drew it up for a pick and pop for Wemby. De'Aaron Fox comes off, gets Wemby right there basically at the elbow. He steps into a nice jumper. It's right on target. I thought it was a good look. Gets a good look over Mitchell Robinson. Again, it's right on line. Just shoots a little long, and he back rims it. And it just is what it is, dude. When Wemby got the shot, I thought he was gonna knock it down. Looks beautiful coming off of his hands, and he just back rims the shot. Heard a lot of people saying they got to get Wemby the ball in the paint. They should have been drawing up an alley-oop for Wemby basically, and it sounds good, but the Knicks, Wemby might have got 2, maybe 3 lobs all game. He had one lob where he goes up for a one-hand dunk, and he just missed that lob, or missed that dunk, if y'all remember that one. And the Knicks just did a great job taking away the lob passes all game long. Are people saying that, oh, it should have been Wemby rolling to the rim, they can throw him a lob? But in my opinion, just has a higher chance in resulting in a turnover in that situation, because then Wemby rolls, maybe the corner man comes down to help, and now we're throwing a cross-court pass to the opposite corner for Champagny or maybe Vassell to get a 3 ball, but we're only down 1. We didn't need a 3 ball. And yeah, in hindsight, it's easy to look back and say I would have liked to see Wemby roll and maybe get. It wasn't going to be easy. The Knicks were going to be all over that lob pass, and they were all over it. And again, Wemby he just missed the shot, dude. I would have liked to see him get to the paint, of course, but the Knicks just had the paint on lock for the most part. They were not going to let Wemby get an easy lob. Fox makes the right pass. Wemby has to be the one taking that shot. And I'm just happy Wemby took this shot, and he just didn't make the shot, dude. I'm not so much mad about the play. I'm not really mad about the shot selection that we got. I thought it was a good shot that Wemby can knock down at a high clip. But yeah, man, the shot just doesn't go down. We could blame Mitch Johnson for drawing up that play. I don't think it was really a bad play. He just ends up missing the shot. But going one step back to the turnover again, if Greg Popovich was coaching, as soon as Wemby gets the rebound, it's a timeout, dude. I don't know why Mitch Johnson doesn't call the timeout. If you rewatch the play again, Mitch Johnson's on the sideline. He's saying go, 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 just kind of letting his players decide the outcome of the game, I guess. It's easy to look back and say we should have called the timeout after the turnover happened, but even as soon as Wemby got the rebound, I was just thinking, here comes a timeout. Set something up, set up a play, and worst case scenario, we miss the shot and we go to overtime. We should not have lost this game in regulation. If it goes to OT and we lose the game, it still sucks, but it is what it is. Let me know what y'all think. When it just comes to the pass between Wemby and Castle, forget the timeout. Mitch Johnson doesn't call it. Like I said before, I put 70% of the blame on Wemby, maybe 30% on Castle, because they made the eye contact. Castle's thinking if Wemby's going to pass me the ball, he's going to give it to me right now. Sees Wemby take a dribble, and then he turns around because he thinks Wemby's going to bring the ball up, or again, he's going to pass it to De'Aaron Fox. So just on the pass, forget the timeout not being called. I give Wemby like 70% of the blame. I give Castle 30% of the blame. And I'm sure Wemby would take the accountability and probably put 100% of the blame on himself, just knowing Wemby's mentality. But that's just on that pass. Moving back one step, Mitch Johnson just should have called the timeout. It's easy to say in hindsight, but even watching the game live when Wemby got the rebound, I'm just thinking, here comes a timeout. Being a lifelong Spurs fan, watching Popovich coach, we're spoiled. We're spoiled fans. We've won 5 championships since 1999. The Knicks haven't won in 53 years, I want to say. So we're pretty spoiled as fans. We've had the greatest coach of all time on our side. And I just know if Popovich is coaching, Wemby's going to get the rebound, it's going to be a timeout. And we're probably going to drop a good play and get a good shot to possibly win the game. Mitch Johnson's been getting outcoached. It's only been 2 games, but he's been getting outcoached all series long. And Mike Brown, just a more experienced coach, and it really showed in that moment. We just have to call the timeout and get something set up. But yeah, with all that being said, New York, they have looked like the better team in these first 2 games. They won both the games, but it's not like the Knicks have dominated any game. The Spurs could have won both these games. We really should have won game two. Just a boneheaded mistake by Wemby at the end. Mitch Johnson with the boneheaded mistake of not calling the timeout. And yeah, man, the Spurs have been in both games. Could be up 2-0, could be a 1-1 series, but we're here. Spurs are down 0-2, and we have to go to Madison Square Garden and win game three. If the Spurs win game three, all the pressure's back on New York to win game four. And again, I haven't lost hope as a Spurs fan. Both games have been close. The Spurs aren't outmatched by New York. It's not like there's just some huge talent gap between both teams. It's a really even matchup. And New York, the experience has just shown up and they've just out executed the Spurs on offense all game long, to be honest, and especially down the stretch. But please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 7 million subscribers. Let me know what you thought about the entire game, what you thought about the Knicks' execution on offense. Mainly what I want to hear, what do y'all think about the last play? What do you think about Mitch Johnson not calling the timeout? Is that Wemby's fault? Do you think that was Stephon Castle's fault? Because again, on the pass, if we just put the pass in a vacuum, I'm 70% Wemby, 30% Stephon Castle. But before the pass, I put fucking 90. You could put 100% of the blame on Mitch Johnson. We just have to call a timeout and set something up, dude. But again, like the video, hate the video, tell your friends about it, and we'll see y'all for game three.